H, draw for us this evening. I always ask it when it's a draw. Do you see that one as 2 points dropped tonight or 1 point gained?
Well, we've got to say 2 dropped, to be honest with you. But look, we created a lot of chances tonight. We should and could have scored more goals, but we didn't. And the scoreline was the scoreline, you know. This is one of those leagues, a tough league this, and there's no such thing as an easy game, regardless of where anybody is in the table. But, you know, we had one incident maybe in the second half, we had a bit of a lapse, and that's what this league is. And the lads seen his opportunity and taken it. So, yeah, look, we should and could have scored more goals. We didn't. But on another night, you know, it's funny, isn't it? I know the gaffer's been talking about this, about where we score so many goals, but I think tonight is an example of why we think that we should score more goals. And that's just the fact of it. We should have scored more tonight. So,
when the other team are numerically disadvantaged, is it fair to say it should be easier? I mean, obviously we went to Truro, didn't we? And
well,
got points.
If you're smart, then it should be, because you'll be able to find an overload somewhere. For sure. But sometimes when teams go down to 10, and especially when they nick a goal, then they're going to roll the sleeves up. And you've got to give some credit to Braintree for that. They had one real kind of opportunity and they took it. All right, I think they hit the post, didn't they, with another one? But we didn't feel particularly. I don't mean it's disrespectful to Braintree, by the way, because you know they're a great club and good manager and nice lads as the players, you know. But we felt that, you know, we didn't give up a lot tonight. And then they nick a goal. But like I said, we should and could have scored more goals. And but at least we're creating the chances. Yeah. It just felt like tonight when you know you're playing against a team that we know concede a lot of goals from crosses. So you know that was the plan, to get the ball into the wide areas, get the ball in the box. But you know maybe we just need a little bit more quality sometimes as well. But had we scored 4 goals tonight, I don't think anyone would have argued. Yeah, that's how I see it.
A fair few times those dangerous balls were put into the box and well, there was not many people in there. Was that a bit of a frustration tonight?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's particularly when Kwame's having to come into the channel to help, and he sets the ball. Well, he's the guy you want in the box, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes then you've got to be a little bit patient to wait for him to get into the box. But then obviously you've got to deal with Braintree pressing you, trying to nick the ball off you, and then counter attacking you. But you know, I think, if you look at it tonight, I mean, we had Ryan Hill had a great chance in the first half. We've had a header from point blank range that maybe we should do better with. Jamo's had a good chance that, I know it was at an angle, but you know it's not the easiest of chances. But I feel that we've created 4 or 5 really, really, really good chances. You know, so and that's why we feel we should score more goals.
So is it more about looking as tonight as a positive? You know, it's hard to take maybe the result.
Well, look, listen, I'm a positive guy, as you know, right? And but I also live in the real world, and it's frustrating when you give a goal like that away, because Braintree didn't really have to work too hard to get themselves into the position. No problem, the lad's taking the goal, they're taking the chance. Okay, that's what he's there to do. But just feel that we're a little bit, in that moment, we're a little bit of the masters of our own downfall. But look, you know, we can do better. We are one of the youngest teams in the league. That's what we are, and some of these lads are learning on the job. That's not an excuse. It's just because they are. There's a big difference between this league and lower leagues or PL2. So lads have to learn on the job. It was the same last year with some of the lads that we brought in as well. So look, it's not. They turn up every day. These lads, they want to train, they want to get better, and they will. So we've just got to keep helping them the best that we can, and we do. We give them all the information, we rehearse things. But football's chaotic because you come into every game with a plan, and you know that you think you've got routes to goal or ways that you can expose what you perceive as their frailties. But it's chaotic because you've got 11 blokes on the other team, or 10, trying to stop it. So sometimes it's decision making, sometimes it can be, you know, your final execution of a decision, like how you cross a ball or how you shoot. So of course, I'm a positive guy. We've lost 2 games. We've now not lost this one. We feel that we should have won it. We didn't. So we'll get back on the training ground and prepare ourselves. We'll go to Southend and see what we can do there.
And finally, of course, Ryan Jones forced off in the first half with what looked like his arm in a makeshift sling. Is that a bad
No,
one?
well, listen, all I know at this point is
Yeah.
that his shoulder came out and it went back in again. What it is now, I don't know. I've not had a chance to see him or speak to the medical team yet. Fingers crossed he's okay, because, you know, when he was out, we missed him.
Yeah.
Because he brings so many qualities to the team, particularly in our attacking play. You know, and he's just a good player and he's a good lad. And you know, I just hope that when I move away from you and I see him, that he's okay and it's not too serious.